Welcome back, everyone. This is Abstract Tiger Productions. I'm Chris.
I'm Drew.
And we are back with episode 2 of Kenobi. So, yes. Really briefly, we had the first episode.
Yes. See previous video.
Yes, see previous video, because that's right before then. Excuse me, but if for some reason this is the first episode you're watching, I don't know why. We had basically a recap of the prequel trilogy. 10 years after Order 66, we have a blue-collar Kenobi working at a butchery.
Yep.
At a crate dragon site. We had Bail Organa. We got lots of shots of Alderaan.
Yeah.
Getting a little bit more of their culture, which is something that I like to see.
Yeah.
We saw a 10-year-old Leia.
Yep.
And her relationship with her father and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which is really
Which was
nice.
adorable.
Yeah. And she's got kidnapped by some people who are hired by the third sister, which is one of 3 that we have seen. We've seen the 5th brother, we've seen the Grand Inquisitor, and now we have the third sister, which apparently has got some sort of fixation on Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
For whatever reason. And that's kind of where we left off. So...
Oh, and Ben is tasked to go find Leia,
Yes,
and
and
he has taken up
very-
his lightsaber.
very begrudgingly left the planet
Yes.
to go and deal with this. He's also had an argument with Owen.
Yeah.
And about yelling about the toy.
Yeah. The T-16
Yeah.
model that we see in A New Hope.
Yeah.
We actually saw its origins
Yes.
coming from a
Yeah.
Jawa
A
that doesn't
Jawa.
like to clean.
You didn't buy any soap. All right. So I guess let's ready to get into this episode. Yes.
Yes.
All right. Okay.
I still don't understand the lightsaber flash. I mean,
I
obviously it
don't
was for the
know.
audience,
Yeah,
but
but it shouldn't have been a thing.
it doesn't make sense.
I mean,
I still like what Kanan did. He kept it as 2 separate parts and
Yes.
hidden.
Excuse me. I'm looking for a ship. I was tracking its signal.
You're in Dayu now. All signals in or out are blocked. People like their secrets out here.
oh, okay. That's not good.
Nope.
Any credits?
Oh, wow.
Oh, it's a clone trooper.
Help of it.
Oh.
Oh.
And they actually got Tamara Morrison. That's great.
That's sad.
Well, I mean, yes, it's sad, but I was saying.
I wonder who he is.
You want some spice, old man?
Spice.
Got Kessel, Pure, Glitter Stem, and Pollution. What do you need?
About some information. I'm looking for my daughter. She was taken and she's on this planet.
Well, if she's here, you're never gonna see her again. Nobody leaves this place. I was someone's daughter once, too. Here. That one's free. A couple more of those and you'll forget she ever existed.
Oh, my goodness.
You okay?
You having trouble? There's a Jedi.
Hmm?
He helps people.
There's a
The
jet.
Jedi are all gone.
I'll take you to him. For the right price.
I'm inside your mind.
You're inside the mind.
I'm sending a mother and son to your gate. You will let them through when they arrive.
I'll let them through when they arrive.
They are to be given safe passage to Corellia.
They'll be given safe
Corellia.
to Corellia.
I'm not leaving your mind.
I feel like
What?
Corellia would be worse than Dayu.
So strong.
I think this is a scam.
Oh, I'm
3C.
I think this
Fairly
is
certain
he's
this is a
not
scam.
Jedi. He is.
The Jedi
I am
mind.
leaving your mind.
Mind.
No, that's
Yeah.
not how the Jedi mind trick
No.
works.
We will never forget you.
You must. My safety depends upon it.
Hmm.
Now go. Go. I am Haja Estri, Jedi. I help all who are in need. In return, I ask only a few credits. The shadows of my realm, for the light is an unforgiving place for my kind.
Of course. How much?
500 to locate the girl, another 300 to take you to her.
Goodness, that light is unforgiving.
Really good deal. Oh, make it 1,000, I'll even show you some tricks. What do you know of the Force, my friend?
Just that there's a lot of remotes and magnets.
So and so was.
Yeah.
It looks like you just took money from that family.
I got them safe, just a little poorer.
But in my experience, rats know more about the sewers than anyone else.
So judgmental.
Judgmental.
Huh?
You're gonna help me find this girl I'm looking for.
Yeah, I'll do it.
You'll help me?
Yeah,
Can I trust you?
definitely.
Okay.
I was gonna say, was he about to steal that dude's clothes? Yes, he did.
Yes, he did. Okay. Oh, look. It's Star Wars Breaking Bad.
I was literally thinking the same thing. They make spice.
Yes, they're refining the spice.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Theatricality and deception. How very Batman of you.
Oh, it's a
I
Brock.
seem to have lost my way.
Yeah, well, get back to work.
Right.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
Come on, you.
I was gonna say, has it been that long since you've used hand to hand?
Yeah, 10 years.
Apparently so, because that hurt.
With that and
Where's the girl?
I don't think that's her. That's not her.
It's a trap.
That's.
I'm surprised you fell for it. I figured you'd be smarter than to risk everything for a spoiled little.
Oh.
You're not a Jedi anymore, Kenobi. You're just a man. You're bleeding all over my floor.
Well, everybody bleeds.
Oh. Okay. That was interesting.
Yeah. Again?
Ow.
How many times is he gonna get hit?
Who are you?
Your father sent me. I'm here to help you.
Where's the army?
Where's the army?
Is that a... Shh. You're a Jedi?
Shh. Quiet.
You seem kind of old and beat up.
Old and beat. Wow.
You would kidnap
Uh-oh.
the Imperial Senator's child?
Oh.
We've done
Snap.
worse.
You have no right.
I found a link between him and Organa in the archives. I used the girl as bait.
Whatever power you are craving, it will not change what you are.
And what is that?
The least of us.
Oh.
You came to us from the gutter. I will take Kenobi in myself. You are no longer required, sister.
I brought Kenobi here.
Stand down. You will be dealt with when we return.
Yipe. Great. We're gonna have a rogue inquisitor.
I was gonna say, who was the other sister?
I don't know. Just somebody.
I want every lowlife and bounty hunter on this
Oh, come
planet
on.
to know Kenobi is here. They only report to me.
You really think those scum can catch a Jedi?
I don't want them to catch him. I want them to squeeze him. He'll reveal himself eventually.
Here, put this on.
Can I try this one instead?
Half the city is looking for you. Put this on. Yeah, a little green. Cape. You don't need those. And the
And the gloves.
Thank you. If anyone asks, we're farmers from Tall, and you're my daughter.
Granddaughter, maybe.
Oh, wow. Jeez. Man.
I read that Jedi can make things float. Make me float.
Make me
I
float.
want to float.
No,
No.
But you can't.
because if I use the Force, then it'll draw attention to us.
You think the less you say, the less you give away. But really, it's the opposite.
How old are you?
10.
You don't sound like you're 10.
You don't sound.
Thank you.
Thank you. Very kid thing to say.
He sounds so much like Alec Guinness. I keep forgetting it's Ewan McGregor.
Yeah.
We had him. Look at this reward.
Oh, that's embarrassing.
Sis is with the girl. He'll have half of the city on him now.
Let's get to him first.
Oh boy.
No noise from that.
Her name's Lola. She won't
Lola.
make any. She's hurt.
Good.
Wow.
I let your parents know you're safe. You'll be back in the palace, back to normal by nightfall.
Normal. Great.
Normal.
Now, who's hiding something, princess?
You don't have to call me that. I'm just Leia. What is that? Why is there a picture of you? You could lie.
Leia.
That's what you were hiding. You're the reason I'm here. They took me to get to you. Did my father even send you?
Of course he did. Leia, listen.
How do I know you're not the real
You
kidnapper?
have to trust me, Leia.
You aren't a Jedi.
Your father is a very old friend.
I don't believe you.
Leia.
Leia!
It's Pearl. It's the Pearl. Just tell us where it is.
You could have easily grabbed her.
Oh, please don't do the helicopter thing.
Yeah. She's doing the Catwoman thing.
Hold on! Hold on tight! Don't let go, Leia! Hold on tight! Hold on, just... Leia, Leia, no! No!
Wow.
What were they?
Inquisitors. Many were Jedi who turned to the dark side. Now they hunt their own kind.
And this is all for you? Who are you?
Roll credits.
Oh, jeez.
The bounty is on me. Let her go.
Listen carefully. The entire city's locked down. It's done. You need another exit. It's a cargo port. It's fully automated. They won't be looking for you there. Go to Transport 8.
What are you talking about?
It'll take you to Mapuzo. They'll be waiting.
You're a criminal.
Look, have I made a few bad decisions? Sure. Do I feel bad about it? Sometimes. Do I like credits? Yeah.
Yeah.
So much stuff you can buy with credits. Haja. You remembered my name. I'm trying to make amends. I got that family safe, and I'm gonna do the same for you. If I'd known what you were...
Doesn't matter what I am. I just need to get the girl home.
Go to these coordinates. They'll help you from there.
And how do I know this isn't just a trap?
What choice do you have?
I know she put a bounty on Kenobi.
Spinny lightsaber.
Bye, Flea.
Homage Estri, Jedi, you found me. You're as good as they say.
Get out of my face.
I am the only Jedi around.
Oh,
Where is he?
Ah, that wasn't Magnus, was it?
that wasn't Magnus, was it?
What did you ask? You know what? I'm not gonna answer it.
I don't need you to.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
And she left him alive. That's shocking.
Look, since I met you, I've been chased, shot at, I almost fell to my death, and now there are inquisiting people after us. If somebody is offering us help, I think we should take it. Now come on. What now?
Nothing, you just remind me of someone. She was fearless too, and stubborn.
I'm not stubborn.
Yes, you are.
Yes. Ah. All right.
Okay. That's not creepy.
You don't have to worry. You're not going to die. Today, I'm just going to take you to. Lord Vader will be pleased.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
You didn't know. He's alive, Obi-Wan. Anakin Skywalker
What?
is
Wait. What?
The Inquisitors know his real name?
At least this one does.
He's been looking for you for a long time. I found him. We have him.
And I cannot risk you losing him again. Move aside.
Oh, what?
What?
Really think I'd let you take all the credit?
She stabbed the Grand Inquisitor? Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Who's in the gutter now?
What is it? Are you okay?
No, he is not okay. Oh!
Okay.
Okay. Okay, all right. Well, that was a lot shorter than the previous episode.
I can't see how long it is. But I
it
agree.
Well,
Wow.
okay. That was
Who is that other Inquisitor? Because
I don't know.
Actress,
They didn't.
I've seen her before. I think she's a comedian.
I don't know. That'd be something to look up later or whatever. Well, this is interesting. I don't think the Grand Inquisitor's dead because I think we see him later in the trailer or something like, or on their base or something like that.
Yeah. I was also going to
So-
say he's kind of the whole main antagonist the first season of Rebels.
Yeah, that. No, yeah, he can't exactly be dead.
Unless it's your theory and they just change Utapauians.
Yeah, but he still has the same head markings as the one from Rebels. I don't think, unless there's like a familial, that's like a genetic thing.
And that's when they bring in Jason Isaacs
But
to
I-
show the
I
real
don't
Grand
know.
Inquisitor.
Yeah, I don't know, but still, that was it. Interesting.
This is going to be a very interesting recap because I'm
Yeah.
2 episodes in and he still hasn't ignited his lightsaber.
No.
He was holding it real tight.
Yes, he was. very expecting to, but until I mean, I think they're probably going to pass it off. He's going to get stuck in the the Grand Inquisitor is going to be stuck into a back to tank. I think Third Sister is going to pass it off, not her stab him, but Obi-Wan. And thus redirect everybody looking for Kenobi.
See, I don't think the fifth brother would fall for that, though.
Maybe not everyone, but I'm sure she can find somebody else to help her.
The second sister, maybe?
I don't know. Or this other... Well, no, probably not this other sister, because she seemed to be very in line with everything.
Yeah, she was like, you need to see this.
Yes. So... Man... Leia is snarky. My goodness, she is snarky. Wow. She could definitely have gotten that from both of her parents. Biological parents.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wait till you see her the first time that she doesn't like the way someone's piloting. And she's like, just let me do it. I have no...
Wow.
I'm curious about Daiyu. I'd love to learn more about Daiyu. Because that's one of those planets that I feel like could be expanded on more.
I mean, that could be anything. But I think for this particular thing, this is probably all we're going to go see of it.
Well,
because,
that's what I mean.
It's just going to be one of those, like, we needed a name of a planet that they need to go to that we hadn't been there before. Okay, let's call it this. And then that's just the backdrop setting, whatever.
Well, I mean, like the Singaporean, Hong Kong influence in the design. All the neon and the little side vendors and all that kind of stuff. I thought that was
I don't know
cool.
if that was actually Forlom that got taken out, unless... I don't know.
I'm not as familiar with Forlom, so I don't know for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
but
it
looked
still
a
had...
lot.
Yeah, it had a lot, but it could be just another version or another, like, model of that same line.
Right, yeah.
Kind of like, there's like a gazillion... Well, not a gazillion. A bunch of IG models.
Right.
But, so we apparently Vader gave this mission specifically to the third sister, and now did he tell her who he was really, or did...
I don't know. I still don't know if that's accurate.
Or was the fact that... Could she have been one of the Jedi kids that turned whenever he attacked?
That's my
and
assumption.
Just been following him, and thus, knows by proxy that he's Vader.
Well, then
Anakin
I
is
feel
Vader,
like
Vader is Anakin.
I feel like they would be giving Reva the Star Killer storyline then, kind of making. She's an Inquisitor, but she's also his apprentice kind of thing. And I don't know if I would enjoy that. Like, I don't know if that's what they go for. If they say, I've been his apprentice this whole time, because they said we found you in the dirt and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I've only been, like, hiding amongst the Inquisitors to make sure you're doing what he wants. Like, if that was the twist that they're going for, I would have an issue with that a lot. Because out of everything we've seen with Darth Vader, he doesn't use agents in that way. The Inquisitors were set up by the Emperor to find the Jedi so that Darth Vader could focus on other things.
Yeah. Well, that and the fact that Vader couldn't be everywhere at the same time. And it is a big...
no.
Yeah,
his shadows looms large.
Well, true. Yes, that too. There is that. But, he physically cannot be in two places at once.
No, yeah.
So, he has to have this other, to be, if somebody is over on the other side of the galaxy, it's going to take a lot longer for him to get over there. As if okay, we can dispatch these others to go and deal with it. I don't know. I'm sure it will probably be explained. But this is an interesting start. I'm going to have to see how the rest of it plays out, to where it kind of sort of fits into canon. Because I are a stick. You know me. I'm a stickler for canon.
Yeah, and I want them to make Starkiller canon so bad, but I also don't want them to give the Starkiller storyline to another character, because that would really annoy me. Like we were talking,
I have never played the Force Unleashed game, so they wouldn't bother me at all. So I have no attachment to that. I don't know.
Yeah, Force Unleashed isn't canon, but it's become just as much of the Star Wars zeitgeist as the Heir to the Empire novels, which they did canonize Thrawn. They just changed the timeline.
Yeah, they just changed the timeline. Really, yes. But I don't know. Well, like I said, we'll just have to see how it plays. We got 4 more episodes to go.
Yep. Of this season, yeah.
Yeah, the season. This should be just a limited and be done.
That's what it was supposed to be, but apparently they debuted the first 2 episodes to whoever the head honchos are that make that decision, and at Star Wars Celebration, Deborah Chow and Ewan McGregor came back and said Obi-Wan's journey is not done. So whether that means he's going to be appearing in someone else's show, whether it's going to be season 2, that I don't know, but apparently it was announced like Saturday morning after this aired. So
the reason why I'm hesitant is because I have a feel. I just don't want them to get into a trap of not having enough to do.
Yeah,
and then just making stuff up just for the sake of making stuff up.
Right.
And I they should have just done this as a mini series and just left it at that. If something else would have come down the pipeline or whatever, then we deal with it or whatnot. But just let this be, and we can like rebrand something something else,
right?
Whatever. But it's just really messing with its bit of canon that I think should stick.
Yeah.
He can't be gallivanting about the galaxy.
Yeah, because
I mean, that was the whole point of his argument
crazy
with
old
Bail.
Ben Kenobi.
Yeah. It was this whole argument with Bail there in the cave before he left. Is going back to episode 1. He's like, I'm supposed to be watching over the boy.
Yeah.
And then he's like, and then of course he pulls the whole, why do I have a sister? I care about her, and which I can see.
The sister we left in your charge.
Yeah.
Is where I felt like that conversation would have gone if Ben wasn't so manneristic. Because he should have been broken. The kid, the Luke is my responsibility. Yeah. Leia is yours. If you lost Leia, that's on you. Get out of my house.
But yeah, but
only you know how important she really is.
Well, yes, I do. But that's still, I mean, it's still even. I don't know. It's just, I don't like it. And it's rare for me to say about getting more Star Wars or whatever.
Yeah.
I just don't like it. I feel like they're trying to bite off more than they should, and they're going to end up ruining something.
I think that's the reason why they decided and another thing that came out of Star Wars Celebration. We picked a great time to talk about this because Star Wars Celebration is going on. The Acolyte. They said it's going to take place in the High Republic, which is 150 years before the events of Phantom Menace.
Okay.
They said that is going to be the new Star Wars official timeline moving forward. Everything, so the Acolyte TV series, the movies, all that stuff are going to take place in a prequel timeline. So that I find very interesting because, as you are basically saying, you can't shoehorn everything into the little gaps that we don't know, because at some point people are going to start looking for overlap and it's just not going to be there, or it's going to get tired.
Yeah, or it's going to mess up canon and we're going to have angry fans again.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so you got the first 3 movies. The prequel trilogy is about Anakin Skywalker. Then you have the sequel trilogy, or I'm sorry, the original trilogy as Luke Skywalker,
the redemption of Anakin.
Yeah, and then the sequel trilogy.
Sequel trilogy is just like it's a convoluted mess.
Palpatine's granddaughter.
Palpatine's
that
returning.
Canon,
Just...
But it's like everything. That's why it's called the Skywalker Saga. And I'm like, okay, I like Mandalorian season 1 because it was completely solo. Didn't talk about anything else. Didn't do anything else. Season 2, it's like, what cameos can we throw in now? And it's getting tiresome. Don't get me wrong. I've loved Boba Fett.
Boba Fett was
Boba Fett in Mandalorian.
Yes,
was good.
Yeah.
Book of Boba Fett left something to be desired, with the exception of the Mandalorian episode,
which should not have really been in there. And a lot of people say, yeah, but it's a book, and books have different chapters, and different things happen in different chapters. It's like, then they shouldn't have called it, I don't know, Book of Boba Fett. Then it should have been something else.
Yeah.
It just, I don't know.
I feel like House of Fett would have been an
maybe
interesting title.
Perhaps, but you still run into the same issue.
Well, I was just saying, like,
you still run into the same issue.
I didn't like Book of Boba Fett as a title, even when they announced it at the end of Mandalorian Season 2, personally. And this one, I thought it was just going to be called Kenobi.
No,
not his full name.
Obi-Wan Kenobi. But
I know, but I thought it was going to be called just either Kenobi, or it was going to be called Ben Kenobi, or something like that.
Yeah.
Another small nitpick I have. They changed the Star Wars logo. And a lot of people haven't realized it. And it's becoming more and more noticeable to me. Because instead of being the stacked Star Wars, it's side by side. And it looks odd. Like, you get the fanfare and all that kind of stuff, but it's not da-da. It's like this. And it throws me off because, the S lines up with the W, and then the S lines up with the... or the R lines up with the S, and it looks clean and nice. And that's the Star Wars logo that I grew up with. But everything that's been on Disney Plus, I can't say everything, but I know for sure Book of Boba Fett and this, they've had a long logo, and it's starting to get noticeable. When we do episode 3, I'll point it out to you.
I did notice it, but I just didn't pay attention or realize, maybe. I don't know.
Unless they're going to come up with some explanation that the stack logo is specifically for the movies, kind of like the crawl.
Yeah. And
the long logo is because they fade in from all the different faces.
Probably.
Graphic. So,
because it is in that aesthetic.
Yeah.
So I think it's just part of that rotating thing there at the beginning.
I can't think of any negatives. I mean, episode 1, the only negative I had was Owen. Okay, so when we see Owen in A New Hope, he basically pretends he doesn't know who Ben is, 1, and 2...
Well, I think he's doing that whilst in front of Luke only.
Right.
I mean, and I can understand that. I'm fine with that. He really doesn't want Luke to go, he just wants to leave it as crazy old man. Don't go messing with So, yeah.
Right. What I'm saying is something happens that changes Owen's mind from this to that, because Luke ends up with the model. So I'm just
I don't
something.
know.
There's a personality shift at some point, where his opinion on Luke and Ben's relationship changes. That's the only way it would make sense, because this version of Owen right now looks really good on screen, but he doesn't match the Owen that we see 10 years from now.
A lot can happen in 10 years. I mean, we don't know what, but
don't tell us. Don't fill in those gaps.
Yeah, let's just leave it and let it be. I mean, don't need to explain every single moment. I may be in the minority about thinking about that with some Star Wars fans, but I don't need every single little gap and every single, between this point and this point filled in.
Yeah.
There needs to be room for imagination.
Exactly.
Let, and go. Which is, I think, I don't know if I've said it on camera or not. Maybe I have. Whenever I first heard they were making this, I was not thrilled at all.
Right.
I just why? Why are they making this? They don't need to make this. There's no reason to make this. We know what he's doing. Mm-hmm. We don't need to see it.
I know a lot of people that had that same reaction. Then they found out that Hayden agreed to come back, and it's just
then I was just like, why? That's not. There's still no reason why. Obviously there's there's the whole thing with Obi-Wan knowing Vader is Anakin, but
which apparently we did not know. He did not know that
at this point.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I think he thought Anakin was dead. Perhaps.
But that means that the legend of Darth Vader has not grown across the galaxy yet. Because if he's hearing Lord Vader will be pleased for the first time, I'm sorry, who?
I don't think he realized. I don't think it was the Lord Vader part. I think it was the Anakin that is Vader part.
Well, he knew that Anakin was Vader because they saw that Yoda and Obi-Wan saw the clip where he was like, "Rise, Lord Vader. You will be known as Darth Vader." That happened in the Chancellor's office after the thing happened with Mace, because he was appointed as Darth Vader before he killed the younglings and before Order 66. So they watched that security footage. You will henceforth be known as Darth Vader.
I don't think they watched that specific scene. It was some other scene with him and Palpatine together. Probably after he got back from the attack on the... because it wasn't that scene. Because I remember... I know what you're talking about, but that wasn't those words. That was something different. But still, I don't know. I still think he thought Anakin was dead. But then this Lord Darth Vader, all of a sudden, you start hearing about that. And then, obviously, being on Tatooine, news doesn't exactly travel that far. Maybe he just, I don't know.
See, Reva's line is still sitting with me, though, because she's like, I will bring you to him. Lord Vader will be pleased. And that's when she's like, oh, you didn't know. Anakin survived.
Yeah.
So when she says that line, that's when you realize Obi-Wan knew about
a Vader, but did not know Anakin was in the suit. That's how I took that.
I feel like it was like a two-hit punch. Like, oh, Vader survived. Oh, crap, Anakin survived. Like, I took it as a 1-2 punch.
Well,
I'm sure episode 3, 4, 5, and 6 will explain it, because we know from the trailer they come face to face. Or, I guess, face to helmet.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, okay.
But...
anyways, that's speculation about future episodes. We haven't really talked about these. that much.
Oops.
Oh well.
I did it again.
Britney Spears. I mean, I really don't have much else. I mean, it was interesting to see Obi-Wan use a blaster. And you could definitely tell it is not his weapon of choice.
No, but he's got really good aim.
Sort of.
He had really. Well, I was saying that first shot, the first time you see him, like he was a good 30 feet away, and it was.
That's different, yeah. But then, when they got to the rooftops, it got progressively worse with the distance and stuff like that. But
see, I was taking that more along the lines of he was doing like almost like, basically. I'm up, I'm down. I'm up, I'm down because he's watching Leia the whole time and she gets closer and closer to the edge.
Yeah.
So I think that was just like essentially one of these.
Yeah.
So
that could be that. You know, he was distracted by Leia. You know.
The Force will guide my blaster round.
It did not. And then it looks like he actually tapped back into the Force. Maybe
to save her, yeah.
To save her, yeah.
And you could, it hurt him. Like you could see it in his face.
Yeah,
the strain.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
he basically gave himself an aneurysm trying to save her.
Yeah. So, and it's interesting to see where we go from here, because with these two episodes, they have set up what the plot line is going to be. I think it's going to be one of those things is where we're just going to spend the remainder of this time going from place to place to place with, you know, just the adventures of Ben and Leia.
But that means, okay, so that's something I have an issue with then. That's something I would definitely have an issue with then. Because now she knows that his name is Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I don't know if she knows.
They called him Obi-Wan right in front of her.
Did they?
Yes.
I thought she was over on the unmanned freighter whenever that was going on.
No, when she walked in and she was like, Obi-Wan.
Okay.
Leia was standing right next to him.
Okay.
And that's when he was like, take this. If I don't come back, start without me. But, so, help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope. You served with my father in the Clone Wars. Not, you saved my life when I was 10?
Probably not. I don't know.
I was going to say, if a Jedi comes out of hiding specifically to save you, I would use that as the, obviously, you know, timeline. They didn't have this storyline, but that's one of those storyline issues that you're talking about. It just doesn't make sense.
No.
When you try to shoehorn things in.
The only thing is, I mean, granted, whenever Leia was sent, she was sent by her father to go get Obi-Wan at that point.
Right.
So she's pulling on the whole, you and my father have a history.
Mm-hmm.
Being more proper, I guess.
I don't know.
Making it seem like she's not trying to, I don't know, maybe. Oh, what's it? I don't know. Make it sound like he owes her one or something like that, kind of like that. I mean, she's a 10-year-old right now. I mean, I don't think 10-year-olds would be, you know, like, oh, you saved my life whenever I was 10. I remember this, so I'm gonna, you know, ask this favor of you. Typically, that doesn't happen. Typically.
Okay. Because my next thing I was going to say was, if your theory is correct, and it's just 6 episodes of Ben and Leia bebopping around the galaxy trying to run away from Darth Vader, that's a big issue, because Vader's not supposed to know about Leia until A New Hope.
No, I think he knows about her because she is a senator by that time.
No, that's not what I mean. I'm saying...
And I
when
don't
he
think
got close enough, when Vader got close enough to Luke, he started sensing it, and then he found out his last name.
Yeah, I don't think he could do that with Leia because she had no nothing really to open up her connection to the Force, I guess you could say, because she's been on Alderaan and being groomed as a senator, kind of, that sort of thing. I think that's what that is. And really, and I think, Bail was kind of grooming her to take his place on the Senate.
Yeah.
In the Senate before it gets dissolved, obviously, by the Emperor. But I think it was... I could probably justify it. It's just like... Because Vader... We know Anakin. And Anakin is Vader. He gets tunnel visioned a lot.
Right, okay.
He was... From that particular point, he was coming off of like... Okay, these rebels just stole the plan for the Death Star from Scarif. This ship was launched. Okay, I'm going to go follow that ship. Whoever's on that ship has the plans. Oh, it's a senator from Alderaan. Okay. And he just, tunnel visions on the plans.
Right, okay.
That's not really, even when she's on the Death Star or something like that, I don't think he really... sees her as any sort of threat or anything like that, other than being a senator or whatever. But once she's, once they put the tracker on the Falcon and, whoop, he just And it's not until really whenever Return of the Jedi, when Luke is having the bit of a crisis, I guess you can say, when his fight with Vader.
Yeah.
When he finally realizes, oh, you have a sister. I think it's, that can be explained away. So, anyways, I like what I'm seeing. I'm just kind of hesitant about
where it's going
and stuff like that. Now, if the next episode, they get off of Dayu, yeah, okay. I almost said Dubai. I'm like, no, that's not right. And they get her back to Alderaan. Okay.
And he goes back to Tatooine.
And then I don't know what we're gonna do.
I was gonna say we go back to cutting up the crate dragon.
Yes.
Or maybe they'll be like, you don't have a job here anymore because you missed a day of work.
Probably. And Jawas have ransacked his house.
And then try to sell him his stuff back.
Yeah. Which, that was funny. I like that part.
Tiva? Was that the name Tiva?
Something like that.
I didn't know Jawas had names, but I think that's cool that this one has a name. Because, everything's all about making toys at this point. Yeah. So, Lola's going to get a toy.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Tiva is going to get a toy.
Yeah.
Where's the Jawa? Here
you could have cleaned it. Cleaning costs extra. That was probably the funniest part there.
It wasn't until Mandalorian that we saw that Jawas have a sense of humor.
Yeah.
Because, they just look like basically jerks in A New Hope. It was like, we'll take that one.
Essentially, they kind of are, if you think about it, even though they do have their own little sense of humor or whatever. They still are kind of jerks because anything that's they're like Ferengi except worse.
Remind me again, what's the name of the one who runs essentially the mechanics bay in Mandalorian on Tatooine?
Kelly, whatever her name is.
It's Amy Sedaris is the actress.
Kelly, I think, is her name.
When she says, I had a relationship with a Jawa, and
I dated a Jawa once. Very furry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he comes back and she's like, it'll never work out.
Jeez.
But it just, they're turning Jawas into essentially
what Watto was.
I was going to say the TV show version of Ewoks.
Yeah, kind of.
Like, they're making them cute. They're not creepy anymore, because when you first see them, they got their hoods on, you just see their little eyes, that's it.
and they shoot R2.
Yeah.
Stun R2. So, anyways,
I have nothing else.
I don't really have anything else. I do think that the Grand Inquisitor, if this is the same one that is supposed to be in Rebels, I think he survives. He's just going to be benched in a back to tank somewhere. So, I don't know. I don't think the third sister is going to survive this.
Oh, absolutely not, because as far as we know, there's only 4 Inquisitors left by the time we get to Rebels.
Not necessarily. Well, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, it could be... I don't know. Oh, who knows? So, I don't know. I guess it's just... We'll just have to watch and see. That's kind of where I'm at right now with this. Watch and see.
Yep.
I mean, I want to really, really enjoy it. I do. I really want to. But I want them to be able to maintain the continuity. If Pablo Hidalgo is supposed to be the end-all, be-all on the continuity,
yeah,
he should have some sort of say in what the storyline is. But I don't know.
I was going to say, this one is, I believe, Favreau and Deborah Chow.
Yes.
I don't believe Dave Filoni had anything to do with this. He might have directed one episode.
Unless
these are all Deborah Chow. I don't know if she directed all 6.
I think she is directing all 6.
And she was the showrunner. Okay.
Yeah. Showrunner, okay. I guess showrunner is...
Well, she would be lead writer. Yeah. If she's showrunner, she's lead writer, producer... And I think I read that she's directing all 6, but I'm not sure.
Well, so far, these 2, yes, she has.
Yeah.
Did see that. It is kind of sad to see broken Obi-Wan.
It is.
It's just... He's resigned himself to... That's it. Yeah, I'm just going to try to... But even then, he still is like, I have to train the boy, and it's just the uncle's being begrudging about it.
We haven't seen.
It's you know, I don't know.
We haven't seen him learn the cry of the Krayt Dragon yet. That is one thing from there was a courageousness, a boldness about Alec Guinness's.
Yeah, maybe he knew it was about time. At the time, so he could be a little bit more bold or whatever. I don't know. Maybe his whole thing... Maul is technically still out there.
Right.
At this point, still.
And when he comes face to face with Maul, he's got that... I mean, if you really want to do this, we'll do it, but I don't recommend it.
Yeah.
Remember what happened last time?
Yeah. All right. Well, I don't really have anything else. I'm sure I'll remember something later and then have to mention it.
Yeah.
But all right. Well, I don't. Unless if you have anything else, I'm done.
Not to my knowledge.
Okay. All right. Well, we will then, I guess, see you in the next episode of Kenobi. So be looking for that, because we're going to be going through the entire series of this. So be sure to like, subscribe, and do the bell thingy. And yeah, I think that's it. Bye bye and be blessed, everyone.